you all for coming. You are now at the second week of the orientation period and a few days before your academic year starts. I hope that all of you have successfully found apartments to live in, that you have begun to acclimate to Israel, and above all, are now ready to start your medical studies next week. It is my pleasure to invite to the stage Ms. Barbara Kugel from our office, who will conduct the white coat ceremony. We all wish you good luck and success. Thank you, and Barbara, please.
I also say good evening to the class of 2013 and to our distinguished guests. We welcome you here tonight to this white coat ceremony and our incoming students to the New York State American program of the Sackler School of Medicine. The white coat symbolizes your transition into the study of medicine and into your role as caregiver. Tonight, there was supposed to be another student among you, Daniel Laydell. Daniel arrived shortly before orientation, and I'm sure most of you have heard, all of you have heard, that there was a terrible tragedy, and he drowned in a beach here in Tel Aviv. Daniel was one of your classmates, and we think it fitting to devote some time during the ceremony to his memory. There's a picture. We have a picture of Daniel. Each of us in the office had a special opportunity to speak with Daniel for one reason or another, and he made a very strong impression on all of us. He was a very special person, and this is a tremendous loss for his family, obviously, for his friends, and also for you, who would have been his classmates. We didn't get to meet him personally, but there is one of your classmates, Philip Blumenfeld, who knew him, and we would appreciate if you would come to the podium and share with us a few words about Daniel.
Class of 2013, it is to you that I speak to today about one of our classmates, Donnie Laydell, an individual who is looking forward so much to meeting all of you today and to the ceremony. But for reasons that are beyond our understanding, you will not have the pleasure of knowing Donnie. It does not do justice to Donnie's life for us to sum it up in only a few minutes. A speech could be written about every day in Donnie's life. Every moment Donnie lived was full of life. I met Donnie at Yeshiva University, and both being pre-med students, we spent many hours together. The first thing that stood out about Donnie was that he always had a smile on his face. Having been with him already, I was really excited from the moment I heard that Donnie was going to be in Sackler with us. I know that he was not only looking forward to being at Sackler, but also specifically having the opportunity to learn in Israel. Donnie was also passionate about his studies, both secular and religious. Not only was he a very smart person, but he shared his knowledge and was always willing to help out his classmates with their studies. Donnie carried out volunteer and research work in addition to his studies. Just to give you a few examples. Donnie spent a week in Honduras during his vacation to assist in the building of a school with the American Jewish World Service and Center for the Jewish Future. He tutored children at a local Washington Heights school, started a City Harvest program at YU, Yeshiva University, and even taught microbiology lab for 2 semesters. One of the ways I really got to know Donnie was through the undergrad student research presentation club, which he created for students to have a venue to present their summer research. I can tell all of you that thanks to Donnie, this group really helped me foster relationships with professors and my peers, and I was able to find people with research interests similar to mine. Donnie specifically had a keen interest in research. He worked on a multiple sclerosis study at Harvard and was a published author. He was at the Weizmann Institute for one summer and worked at Einstein during his senior year. Donnie was also an activist, as he worked hard for causes that he believed in. He ran a marathon in honor of his friend, another pre-med student who passed away over a year ago. Spending the past 2 years after college at Mount Sinai, he was very dedicated to his research in particular. He studied breast cancer metastasis in mouse models. He implanted tumors, used screening and imaging techniques to visualize the tumors, and eventually studied the dissected lymph nodes in order to better understand the lymphatic system's role in cancer. The work has been submitted to several journals and will be published in the near future. However, Donnie was much more of a person than a series of accomplishments. He was a caring, intelligent, altruistic individual whose goal was to continue in his path to become a practicing physician dedicated to the service of humanity. Unfortunately for us, Donnie will never have that opportunity. I don't think I could put it better than Donnie's sister Talia said at the funeral. The only comfort I can take is to know how Donnie lived 25 years. Everyone who knows him understands that his smiley face and incredibly good nature was so deep and sincere. Time for Donnie was so important, he did not waste a minute of his life. Donnie was truly an exceptional person, an individual who would have made an amazing classmate, friend, and eventually doctor. Class of 2013, I ask you to take a little from Donnie during the next 4 years and try to emulate some of his amazing qualities. Even when you're working hard and diligently, as Donnie did, try your best to keep a smile on your face, and when you can, help a friend out, whether through assisting them in their studies or their personal life. By doing this, we will keep the memory of Donnie alive in our classroom. Lastly, the Liddell family has asked me to mention to the class of the importance of keeping safe while swimming. Make sure to swim where there is a lifeguard at all times and be aware of riptides, especially in the Mediterranean. They were truly touched by the fact that we will be remembering Donnie at this ceremony, and they wish us all success in our path to becoming physicians. Thank you.
Philip mentioned Donnie's sister Talia. She was also supposed to be with her class, but she deferred her enrollment to next year, so we will see her for next year. I would like now to ask all of you to please rise for a moment in silence to Donnie's memory. Thank you. Professor L. Strauss, Director of the New York State American Program of the Sapper School of Medicine, will now lead the class of 2015.